The fact that you just traded on that proves that you can't be trusted.
Hands in the air. Turn around slowly.
I cannot believe you just asked me
You
that.
respected me enough not to lie to my face.
We took that final step and lived to tell the tale.
Breaking news from Port Charles. A dirty trap has been sprung, a criminal line has been crossed, and the most dangerous man in this city is about to discover that the person he trusted most may have been the one working against him all along. Welcome to General Hospital Media, your #1 source for everything happening inside Port Charles. I'm bringing you a fully loaded breaking update tonight, and I need you to stay with me because this one is going to shake the foundation of everything you thought you knew about the people living in this city. We are tracking multiple developing storylines simultaneously, and when you see how they connect, your jaw is going to hit the floor. Hot scandals, dirty traps, lines crossed that cannot be uncrossed, and criminal drama that goes deeper than anything Port Charles has seen in years. This is not a drill. Let's get into it. For weeks now, Port Charles has been sitting on a powder keg, and our sources inside the drama confirm that the next 3 weeks are when everything finally detonates. At the center of this firestorm, Sonny Corinthos, the mob boss who has survived everything this city has thrown at him: betrayal, violence, rival organizations, even death itself. But what Sonny is walking into right now may be the most sophisticated and emotionally devastating trap of his entire life. On one side, we have Carly Spencer, a woman who has loved Sonny, hated Sonny, and everything complicated in between. Carly has information, critical information, and the question hanging over Port Charles like a storm cloud is this: will she use it to protect him, or will she finally let him burn? And then there is Nina Reeves, fragile, desperate, and according to everything we're tracking, absolutely not done fighting. Add to this volatile mix Jason Morgan moving like a ghost through the shadows, Ava Jerome playing her signature long game, and a new criminal threat that has already made contact with at least 2 characters who have no business being anywhere near organized crime. Port Charles is not ready for what is coming. But you are, because you're here. Let's start at the beginning, because the earliest warning signs were there, and almost everyone missed them. Weeks ago, a series of closed-door conversations began happening in Port Charles that, individually, meant nothing. But together, they form a map, a deliberate, calculated map that leads directly to Sonny Corinthos. Sources confirm that someone in Sonny's inner circle, someone he eats with, trusts with sensitive business, and considers family, has been quietly feeding information to a third party. Not the FBI, not a rival, someone far more personal, far more dangerous. The early signs were subtle. Missed meetings, calls that went to voicemail at suspicious hours, a shift in loyalty so gradual that it registered as nothing more than stress, until it didn't. Sonny noticed something was off. He didn't say it out loud, because that is not how Sonny operates. But the look on his face in recent scenes tells the whole story. The man is circling something. He just doesn't know yet that the trap is already closed. Here is where it gets deep and personal. What we are learning is that a secret has been buried in Port Charles for months, maybe longer. A secret that connects 2 characters whose relationship you would never expect to be weaponized like this. Nina Reeves, still reeling, still desperate to reclaim some version of her life after everything that imploded, has made contact with someone who has leverage over Sonny. Not legal leverage, emotional leverage. The kind that can make a man question everything he built. And Ava Jerome? She knows. She has known for some time. Ava has been sitting in the corner of this chess game, watching the pieces move, waiting for the exact right moment to reveal which side she is actually playing for. Because with Ava, you never truly know until the knife is already in the air. The hidden truth at the center of this scandal involves a decision Sonny made, one that his enemies have twisted into something that looks, from the outside, like a crime he never committed. A setup so clean, so emotionally targeted, that it could destroy not just his freedom, but every relationship he has left. Now we get to the evidence, and this is where Port Charles truly starts to unravel. Documents have surfaced. Physical evidence that has been deliberately placed to implicate Sonny in a criminal operation he had no direct involvement in. The level of sophistication here is alarming. This was not thrown together overnight. Someone planned this, meticulously, Patiently, Carly Spencer comes into contact with this evidence, and the scene that follows is one of the most emotionally raw moments in General Hospital's next 3 weeks. Because Carly is standing there holding proof that could either save Sonny or bury him. And for one agonizing beat, she does not move. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan, operating outside the visible frame as always, has already traced the origin of this manufactured evidence back to a name that stops him cold. A name from Port Charles's past that was supposed to be gone. Permanently, confrontation is imminent. But before that confrontation happens, one more piece has to fall into place. And it involves a conversation between two characters in a hospital corridor that absolutely no one expected to have this level of consequence. And then it happens. Sonny and Carly, face to face. No handlers, no buffers. Just two people with a decades-long history and a truth sitting between them that is about to change everything. Carly walks in with the evidence. And Sonny already knows something is wrong, because Sonny always knows. He looks at her and says, dramatic music shift, slower, tense. Whatever you came here to say, Carly, just say it. And she does. Not all of it, because Carly Spencer is many things, but reckless is not one of them. She gives him enough. Enough to see the trap. Enough to understand the scope of what is being built against him. Sonny's reaction is not rage. It is something far more terrifying. It is stillness. The kind of stillness that anyone who knows Sonny Corinthos understands means a decision has been made. He looks at Carly and asks one question. Who else knows? And Carly's hesitation, that single 1-second hesitation before she answers, tells him everything he needed to know about just how deep this already goes. The fallout is immediate and it is merciless. Within hours of that confrontation, Port Charles begins to feel the tremors. Loyalties are being tested in real time. People who thought they were protected by their proximity to Sonny are suddenly realizing that proximity cuts both ways, and whoever is orchestrating this trap plan for exactly that. Nina Reeves receives a warning from an unexpected source that the situation is escalating beyond what she understood when she got involved. And for the first time, we see genuine fear on Nina's face. Not guilt. Fear. Which means she either got in deeper than she intended, or someone used her as a pawn without her full knowledge. Ava Jerome makes a move. A decisive one. In a scene that will have you rewinding your DVR, Ava walks into a room she was not invited into and delivers 3 sentences that will change the trajectory of at least 2 characters' storylines for the rest of this arc. Port Charles is bleeding, and the wound is only getting wider. And now,